Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, or wherever you are. Hello. Top of the morning to you, as we say in Ireland, if you're a leprechaun. But we're not leprechauns. We try and live in the real world here. So, more red flags at the moment. And we're watching what's going on over in Syria. And I hope that, you get to watch the videos, because a lot of the videos get censored, unfortunately, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I put the videos together to show you what we see in Ireland, or should I say the shipple, as we call them here on the channel. The people that are going around with their heads down all the time, that don't look up. Now, I'm going to put a little piece up in this video all about, and thanks to our friends in Venture Sky, one of the best apps that you're probably going to pick up. And I actually had to pay for it in iTunes. I think it was €10 or something like that, whatever that is in dollars. So they didn't give it to me for free, but I couldn't operate without them, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm looking at the cloud cover on their app, and this is all coming down now from Iceland, up further than Iceland, okay? And it's like a heavy mist, heavy fog over Ireland. Now, when I say the whole of the country has been covered in this for the last 4 days, but the Muppets, that I call them, that do the weather forecast after the news, the people that fill in the gaps before the next program, yeah, the clowns that I call them, what type of suit that they're wearing, if you put them on in the Irish channels, you see what I'm talking about. Don't mind the dog in the background barking, it's not mine, it's one of the neighbours. I finished work for the day, so I said I'd put a video together because I wanted to let people see that if you go in and Google the names of the television stations in Ireland, and then go in and put the free apps on your phone, whether it's Android or iOS, put the app on your phone and watch the weather. If you want a good laugh, if you think I'm talking, as I said, through my backside, go in and watch these apps and watch the weather forecast, people. Okay, and the crap that they come out with about the grey clouds. Yeah, because remember, these are all experts. So everything that floats across the sky, they know. So I'd nearly say they're probably professors in astrophotography, better than all of us that watch all this. Now remember, as dates come and go, okay, we try to observe what's happening with the world, i.e. the poison attack in England, okay, that I spoke about yesterday, right? That went pear-shaped. But we're still hearing about it. Even though this stuff could have been got in a lot of places, but unfortunately, for some reason, they're pointing the finger. So, right, let's say they did do it, okay? And they did do it over in Syria. So what? Like, what's going to happen? Because the UK can roll up their sleeves here, right, and raise this red flag, because in my eyes, they're telling us now that we're going to have this type of cloud for the next couple of days. Now, we had the beast from the east, right, but of course they don't tell us where all this mist, foggy, whatever it is, chem stuff, they're not telling us where it's coming from. It's coming from the Atlantic Ocean, and it's coming down over Europe. Okay, the whole of the UK is covered in it today. It's been covered over Ireland for the last 4 days now, because I've been putting it on video. Okay, like a smoke. It's like there's a forest fire somewhere and it's just all blown over Ireland. That's what it looks like. But when you see where it's coming from, it can't be. Okay, so put it all together and let's see what's going to happen over the next couple of days, because we all got into this business because of Planet X, okay? And I've been following it for the last couple of years and putting the videos together because of certain things that I've seen in the sky, the little mini rainbows that we see on a sunny day, little things that I can't explain, and I'm sure there's probably an explanation to most of the stuff that we see, but there's stuff that you can't explain. Okay, and we have to admit that as human beings. We have to say, don't know the answer. We don't know the answer. So we're not going to even try and answer the question because we don't know the answer. But there's lots of people that I come across on these videos that know the answer to everything. They can point up to something in the sky and they can tell you what it is. Okay? And they can tell you what it is, where it is, and how many years ago it was here. Okay? Which I think is a load of rubbish. Okay? Because it's just how star systems operate. We all know that stars come in from time to time, okay? And we understand that something could be coming at the moment because of this cloud cover. And by the way, for all the Irish people and people in Europe that's watching this coming over their country at the moment, which it's covered over the country, and you have to go into this app and you have to open it up and click on the cloud coverage section of it. So this is going to be on today's video. I'm going to put it in now. And I'm going to show you exactly how long this lasts for. Okay, now we had the beast from the east that came in from Russia. Yeah, from Russia, by the way. There's the clue again, right? And the beast from the east came into the UK. And the beast from the east came into Syria. Okay, you're joining the dots here. Isn't it a good game? Okay, so all I want you to do is watch what's going to happen here with this weather. Because nobody can see anything up there. Can't see the stars, there's no sun, no vitamin D, as I told you. And, you know, if they're trying to hide something from your eyesight, they're doing a great job. Because whatever this is over the city, over the whole country, and you can see it, it doesn't lift. It lifts over Wicklow, which is the next county, for about an hour, I think in 2 days' time. And it stays static like this over Ireland and the UK and France and Italy and some parts of Spain, believe it or not, for the next 7 days. So after how many days like this do people turn around and ask the question, what is it? Because there's only so much crap you can listen to on these weather forecast stations where they're putting on some muppet to come out and tell you that, oh, it's just the grey clouds will be coming over Ireland. You know, because I'm an expert at it and I know quite well exactly what the clouds are. Do you understand? That's the attitude I get of these guys, that they know everything. They're only assholes that fill in gaps in between programs, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so, and look, thanks to everybody for watching the video. What I am doing now is I'm putting the video up into different sections, which I've never done before. Like blogs, like education, like things like that, which I've always just put them under news, more or less, and hope for the best. And I see that on some sections like science and that, there's not that much interest. You might get 100 people watching. So let's play with the AI here. Okay, and I want you all to listen and play the game with me. Understand how AI, because I'm not here to tell everybody about, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. No, I'm here. What I planned to do was to show you the videos of stars and astrophotography and blah, 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 to be like Brian Cox, okay, off the television. That's the plan. But the plan changed when I started getting censored, okay, from our friends in YT, and they start pulling the videos down. They even played with the reviewers underneath the videos and doctored different words out of the paragraphs to make it sound like a completely different phrase or paragraph from the subscriber or the viewer, okay? And then I get an email to say, oh, by the way, I didn't say that on the email. It was twisted. Okay, so who twisted it? Exactly. So this is the reason I keep on doing the videos every day, and I love it, because at the end of the day, it probably wouldn't have lasted this long if I didn't have had all this control from our friends in Silicon, yeah? Because, every day something else is happening, like FB. Look at the timing of it and him up in Congress, as I said yesterday. It's like all the elite are meeting up together at the same time, if that makes sense. And they're trying their best to start something, because the impression I get is this is all a smokescreen to something bigger that's going to happen, if that makes sense. This is all a smokescreen. The episode in England, in the UK, the episode in Syria, that is sort of fizzling out now, because the terror groups they're not doing it enough So they're not riling up the people enough. So nobody really cares. You know, poison the people in Syria. It doesn't matter. You know, that's where we are. And you'll see it losing momentum now. So watch what's going to happen next. Something big has to happen. Because it just has to. You know, all the roads lead to the same thing, if that makes sense. Like all the little rivers lead out into the ocean, into the sea. Do you understand? And that's why I put all the little rivers together and we all flow together, hopefully out into the ocean, where it's a much bigger picture and we can all see exactly what's going on. Okay? You know, Nibiru, nobody will talk about that because it's just not. It's not acceptable. Do you understand? You ring radio stations that discuss about this dark, black, grey, wherever it is, and you can't see the sun in 4 days. Yeah. And they think you're mad. You know, so maybe in 20 years' time, people will talk about it. The same as they talk about geoengineering. There's another word that's slowly starting to be accepted into people's minds. And I guarantee you in 5 years' time, everybody be going in the pub, in the bar where you are, you'll be talking about geoengineering like you're an expert. Oh, geoengineering this, geoengineering that. And you think you know everything about it, right? Like you know everything about global warming and you know everything about climate change. Yeah. Okay, well ask the people 20 years ago how many times global warming was mentioned in a conversation. None. But the words that were given to the brain was climate change, as I told you yesterday. That's the point. So climate change, everybody talks about it because they're experts now. All experts at it. Do you understand? Humans, will you just wake up and listen? Listen to me. I'm not a priest. I'm not part of any government. I couldn't give a shit about politicians, to tell you the truth. Okay? And I am wearing my heart on my sleeve doing these videos every day, hoping that the human being sits up and goes, do you know something? I'm going to tell my friend this little story. I'm going to get him to open his eyes. I'm going to get him to look up. Yeah? I'm going to get him to put a little message up on somewhere and get other people to look at it. And then when we all look at it then, we'll all accept it and we'll come out and say something about it. But at the moment, nobody says nothing about it because they're too afraid. Okay? Too afraid. Yeah. Okay. Walmart is a shop. Yeah. A shopping centre. Okay. Like we have shopping centres. They have them all over the place. They go in and Google what they're up to at the end of the day. It's frightening to see what they're up to. So look, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to hope that everyone has a nice and safe weekend. I'm going to hope that Mr. Trump stops tweeting like a muppet. Okay, the same as he did today, slagging off the heads of FBIs and things like that. Like, and he's the president. Well, being honest with you, he's going to build up something here that it's going to get to the stage where it's going to be too late. And we've had a lot of presidents since the 1980s from America that we always worried there could be a chance. Well, that chance, I think, is actually here now. Don't mind about all the new jobs that he's creating over there that he keeps on telling everybody. Yeah, if WW3 starts, well, forget about your job, being honest with you, because there's a lot of people, yeah, have their sights aimed at the USA. Do you understand? And you can blame the president for that. You know, in fact, I nearly go as far as saying, Obama, come back to the White House. All is forgiven. Don't mind the health bill or anything like that. You're superstar compared to this muppet. A superstar. A superstar. Anyway, freedom and liberty. And see us.